in life so far, you've realized that the hard route, though is the harder choice, is actually the one that leads to...
It's like it's a fine balance that you have to weigh, because life is short, right? You should go out there and travel and live your life and spend money on things that you want to spend it on. But at the same time, like, don't put yourself at financial risk of ruin because you're trying to live this certain lifestyle. Like, if you can reasonably afford it and you know you can make it back like pretty quickly, then I don't think there's any issue with it. But I think a lot of people are probably trying to traveling too much or buying too many things, right? Like, it is a fine balance, because you don't want to starve yourself of rewarding yourself.
Yeah,
right?
No, definitely. Have you done that in your journey? Obviously, you may not have traveled, but did you consistently, let's say with payouts and with milestones being achieved, in some form reward yourself, reward your mindset?
I guess so. My reward was really just reinvesting it in more accounts. So like, I kind of delayed that gratification for a little while. I did buy a nice car. That was pretty nice, because where I'm from, I have to drive everywhere. So and for a long time, I was driving a really terrible car. Like, it was a Honda Accord that had 350,000 miles on it.
Wow.
Yeah, no bumper, like no AC. And yeah, I was driving that car when I was working in construction. Like, I was pulling up to like multi-million-dollar homes in this like beater. Yeah. And I was just like the guy, working for the company. I was like, I don't know if I should be like, because I'm kind of representing the company, right? Like, I was kind of working my way up the ladder. I was like, I can't look like a complete bum out here.
It was interesting, because obviously, a lot of people would have made that choice earlier on, like as soon as they may have got funded, because at that point, had you started to get the funding?
Yeah. Like, so when I got funded, it was like kind of like a whole year of me working still while I was getting paid out. So that, I set a goal when I started learning ICT. I said, I'm going to give myself 5 years to do this. So like
with the ICT?
Yeah, with ICT stuff. So 3 years in, I felt really confident. And then 4 years in, I got funded. So that, fourth year, basically, I was still at my job. I was, withdrawing the payouts and building a nest egg, right? So I can plan to go full time, because that was always the goal. Like, every step that I took.
What was interesting, though, is that you say 4 years in, but that's 4 years on top of the...
Yeah, 4 years on top of like the 6 years that I was struggling.
So we're almost at the 10.
Yeah.
Right? It's very interesting, because what's amazing about that is that not only were you giving yourself 5 years on ICT concept, that's after 6 years.
Yeah.
Right? So while most people come into trading and they're like, I want 1 year, 6 months.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not that it's impossible, but as we discussed on the sort of roundtable, there are anomalies. So there are these random people, who get it in 6 months.
I think the thing is, like, with some of those other systems I was learning, I just didn't see the success rate. Like, I didn't see people actually crushing it or making, a decent living with that system. So I would get really, I guess my confidence in it would drop, and I would just go to something else. Yeah. And so a lot of times it was a 1 year studying this, right? Okay. In trading terms, that's not really a whole lot of time to learn a system. Right? So 1 year goes by, I'm not really making any progress. I'm just going to go to the next one.
So do you think it was like the lack of example?
Yeah.
The lack of example to be able to say, this person's using this method and it's really working for them. Not that it has to be like, crazy returns, but consistently withdrawing from the markets with this system, but the lack of that image then just made it easy to say,
absolutely,
move on to that.
I mean, I think people were probably, and they probably still are, trading those systems profitably, but the chat rooms and everything and journaling software, like being able to share a journal with somebody, that's only been like a recent thing, right? So a lot of traders back then were not sharing their actual executions and how the trades panned out. A lot of times they're just the entry, and then you would never see a post from them again on the forum. Yeah. Like, and you can't reach out to them. Like, you're posting on the forum too. Yeah. You post on the forum, you don't know if you're going to get a response or not.
It's not like a social media DM.
Yeah.